From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple, and that's exactly why they trail.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. From the 36, Jackson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Jackson now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield.
I know you feel that. 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Just out, baby.
Jackson will throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that.
But this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. To throw again is Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
On now, Graham Gano. He's hit from 63 as recently as last year. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get something.
Following the incompletion on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
He's not going to get me.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
First down, Panthers.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
It's outfield. It's outfield.
They run it with Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Okay, ready, let's see.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 5 now. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Panthers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for his second punt, and remember, his first one was blocked. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the ground, McCaffrey, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burrow?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
After the sack on first down, Jackson, a nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Completes it to Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside. That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to... And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. Now Murray. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and then a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.